Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Another chart analyst is calling for $25 XRP this year. And so just the other day, I was highlighting perspective from an analyst that was calling for about the same level, potentially $27, while another analyst is targeting $25. And so while I do not know where the price is going to go, I don't pretend to know. I'm not one of the chart guys. I just don't want to be. That would bore me to tears. I do appreciate the perspective from the analysts that put in the time to analyze the chart and put their neck on the line by making predictions and setting expectations for their followers. But I will just say this, that the idea of that happening sounds plausible. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that doesn't sound crazy to me. You know, of course, the higher you go in price by each cent and each dollar, I'm going to be less confident. That's only natural. But we've seen some gigantic bursts. So it kind of depends how heated the crypto market on the whole gets, because market circulates throughout the whole damn thing. So if it does end up circulating, or if it does, well, if the market does get heated to a sufficient degree and then it circulates to XRP, yeah, it's certainly possible. So anyway, I'll share with you the perspective. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. Oh, excuse me. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Excuse me. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Sorry, folks. It comes out of nowhere, but I do these in one take. You know, for better or worse, if I say something stupid, it is what it is. When I started this channel, I just decided I hit record and that's it. I just want it raw, whatever it is. And I want it to be like, imagine that you and I are sitting on a patio, having a beer, having a talk. I want it to be like that, like raw. I'm sharing ideas, sharing thoughts. That's pretty much it. So apologize for the cough, but that's the nature of the channel. So yeah, anyway, XRP 52 cents, a little shy of 53 cents. Bitcoin at $42,311. You got the market cap for the asset class $1.65 trillion. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 55 out of 100, which isn't too terribly surprising. I mean, we've kind of been moving sideways the last couple of days after getting a boost up, you know, getting out of the upper 30,000s for Bitcoin, and XRP obviously has followed in kind. As far as what to expect next, here you have chart analyst Credible Crypto. He shared this Bitcoin price chart, and he wrote the following. Finding some resistance at our local area of supply, which is logical as per my last update vid. But we also seem to have completed a low time frame impulse to the upside as well. Impulses most often come in pairs, even if a move is corrective, so it would make sense to see a higher low put in here soon, followed by another impulse to the upside, which could take us back to our range highs. It's a Sunday, so may have to be a little patient and wait for tomorrow for the action to start. Yeah, and so of course, obviously, if it gets boring for a while, you know, a few days pass, but crypto can only range for so long. Nothing's going to stay there forever. One of the periods that stands out to me the most when it comes to boring sideways price action for XRP specifically was probably, I can't remember exactly which months, but it's probably like maybe July, August, September, somewhere there about in 2020. And for those of you that were there, you may recall, or it might refresh your memory, XRP was just hovering like around, you call it like what, the low 20-something cent range, maybe 25 cents, somewhere around there. It just seemed like it was just never going to go. It's impossible. It's just there. It's so boring. But then it went, oh yes. And then November rolled around in 2020 and it seemed like it may have been like a matter of days. It was up from that range to like 80 cents, which we hadn't seen literally in years at that point. So I know it always seems impossible. Of course, then the SEC lawsuit happened. But so again, I know it always seems impossible, but it's impossible until suddenly reality shows you that it actually isn't impossible. Here's perspective from XRP chart analyst Dark Defender. He shared this perspective this morning. This is just an XRP price chart, and he wrote, "Hi all, I hope you all are well. Let's have an update on the daily time frame. XRP moved towards 52 to 53 cents as we expected. The target area was 52.86 cents, and XRP closed just above that level yesterday and had a break on the RSI. This is a great sign for XRP shortly to try the 60 cents resistance, the orange line on top. I am happy to see our levels are precisely working. But of course, we'll be more than happy to see XRP breaking 66.49 cents first and proceed with the initial Fibonacci target of wave 3 at $1.88. Our time is near, folks. And by the way, I will note that before XRP in 2020 ran up to about 80 cents, sentiment was not the best. It's worse now, I'd say, but to me, if anything, that's a sign that, we might be bottoming out here. That's very frequently the case. But I remember in 2020, it's never going to happen. XRP, it's just going to be low for nothing's going to happen. And then it took all of 5 months or so for XRP to go from about 20 cents to $2. And that's with it being artificially suppressed in terms of price action because of the SEC. It went from about 20 cents to $2. Tenfold increase. Rough, maybe, a little bit less, but still. It happens fast when it happens, folks. That's why I keep saying, the price action doing what it's doing now is not an indication that XRP will hit a new all-time high in the future or that it will go to zero. It's just moving with the rest of the market. It doesn't, which another way of saying it is, it doesn't mean anything in a vacuum. It just doesn't. And then we have this from Leb Crypto, and this is the analyst that I was referencing at the outset of the video. So you may recall there's Greg Crypto, and he's been calling for a while now. XRP potentially to hit $27. He is not the only analyst that thinks that range is what's most likely. Here you have chart analyst Leb Crypto, who's targeting something pretty damn close to that. He says 7 years of consolidation. Now, mind you, of course, I know it's been, a little over 6 years since the all-time high, but he's thinking it's going to happen a little bit later this year. But it's crazy to think by the time that happens, it could be about 7 years. So, yes, patience required. And I know we would have seen it in 2021, if not for the SEC, but still, we can't control that. Either way, patience is required. That's life. It is what it is, even if we hate it. And we do hate it, but 7 years of consolidation. 2024 is XRP's year, similar to the 2017 pump, but lower in terms of percent gains. Looking forward to seeing my $25 target hit sometime this year. P.S. I do think a big shakeout to 25 to 30 cents is still likely in Q1 or Q2 before the pump. Okay, so he's still an XRP bull, even though he thinks that there's a good chance we're going to be seeing much worse price action in the short term. Now, if you've been following my channel, I'm not afraid to share the positive and negative views from analysts. I share a perspective from a ton of analysts. My thought is just let's get them on the record. Let's find out who's right, who's wrong as time passes. It's kind of fun. I like checking that stuff because I'm a crypto dork. Hopefully you guys are crypto dorks too. So you may have noticed if you've been watching my channel lately when I'm making videos that pertain to price, I've highlighted a number of analysts that are warning there is a possibility you could see 28 cent XRP, or you could be seeing 34 cent XRP. So a fair bit lower than where we are now. And they're not doing that to scare people. They're just saying, hey, this is something that's possible based on my analysis on the charts. That's the perspective. Now, for many of them, from what I've seen, they think that it's most likely to occur if Bitcoin is leading the way. And I'd say that part makes sense. If Bitcoin's going to have a horrific crash, everything's going to go down. So then I'd say, okay. But he's saying on a macro level, even if so, it doesn't matter. He still firmly believes that what is most probable this year is $25 XRP, which again is something that I don't know if it's going to happen, but it always seems impossible when these high targets get hit. Before they get hit, and then when they do, it just seems so obvious. Oh yeah, duh, of course, yeah. Humans. And then there's another analyst though named Murphy who responded to Leb Crypto, seems to be a little bit skeptical, and he said, so $25, putting it at $1.25 trillion market cap, nearly $2.5 trillion market cap. Fully diluted value. So obviously 1.25, that's just based on the circulating supply, but then if you include everything that's in escrow, which isn't considered to be in circulating supply, even though I dispute that, that's a different story though, they're saying, 2.5 trillion. To me, that doesn't sound crazy in the least. I've been calling for multiple coins to have $1 trillion market caps and perhaps multi-trillion dollar market caps for a long time. I was saying that back when the asset class was worth about 150 billion with a B. Even back then, I was like, yeah, we're going to have a multi-trillion dollar market cap at some point. And then we did, and it shrunk back down a bit. But you'll have individual coins too. that will have market caps that big. We're just super early, which is great because we have the opportunity for life-changing wealth, and everybody else can just jump in whenever they want 2 years later, and they won't get that. Okay. But here's what Leb Crypto said in response. Well, bro, I agree it sounds like a stretch, but if we get the heat and frenzy of $10 million plus trillion, so you're talking about 10 million trillion total market cap, then XRP taking 10% of it for a few days wouldn't be too wild. It's done that in the past. It's a momentum player that sleeps for years, then pumps. I expect a big dump post $25. Yeah, so that seems like a pretty fair perspective. I mean, even not being a chart analyst, I agree with the concepts here. You know, because say the market cap for crypto this cycle, say we do get that blow off top and we do have Bitcoin hit a new all-time high and we do have alts following, just say it gets to $10 trillion. And I don't know if that would be the number, just roll with it. Well, that you could be like, so wait a minute. So XRP is going to get, 12.5% of that? Well, no, that's not how that works, though, because if the peak would be $10 million, well, that's going to flow throughout the cycle. So there'd be individual coins that pop at different times. So to say it another way, if once the cycle's done, we take a look at the high prices of every single coin, it would probably be a lot higher than $10 trillion. If you're talking about $10 trillion market cap, and that's the top, if you look at where every coin was at the top and then slap those numbers together, it'd probably be more like 30, 40, 50 trillion. It'd be a way higher number, whatever it would be. So the idea of for XRP having its moment in the sun, even if it probably would be like a few weeks, because like in 2017, 2018, it lasted for like 2.5 weeks, something like that. The whole run to the top anyway, and then it went back down. So yeah, the idea of it going on for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, maybe a month, whatever it ends up being, and then it has a huge percentage of the overall crypto market cap for just a brief moment. Yeah, that doesn't sound crazy to me. That's happened before. That's happened for tons of coins. That's kind of the point. The money cycle, so then profit will be taken, and then it will be put into coins that haven't pumped yet. That's what we always see. And then, yeah, you'd expect a massive dump after that. You're not going to have XRP run to $25 and then just stay there. Let's be real about that. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with XRP. That's just how this works. People are speculating on price. Things get overheated. So, yeah, the idea of it happening again doesn't sound remotely crazy. So we just got to get through this phase, get through what, at least lately, has been a little bit more boring, but that's okay. We've had a lot of excitement in recent months. And eventually things are going to start heating up. I mean, even today, honestly, it wasn't that boring. Bitcoin did get to almost $43,000, and XRP was at, almost 54 cents. So it was a little bit of excitement on a Sunday. But we'll see what happens. I'm optimistic. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.